Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something powerful, something that shapes our lives often without us even noticing. Fear.
Right. It's not just a feeling, is it? It's like this force.
Exactly. A force that can kind of control your thinking, limit what you feel you can do, and, yeah, stop you from really living fully.
Mm-hmm.
We're drawing insights today from Facing Fear, Reclaiming Your Potential.
A really interesting source.
Yeah, and our mission really is to unpack how fear works, how it holds us back,
And maybe most importantly.
how we can actually face it, how we can reclaim some control and unlock our potential.
You know that feeling everyone gets.
Oh, yeah, that knot in your stomach before you have to speak in public.
Or pausing before a big life decision.
Or just that little voice whispering, maybe just play it safe this time.
That's it. That's fear. It's something we all experience.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. The source describes fear at its most basic level as this primal thing, right? Hardwired into us.
Absolutely. It's essentially a survival mechanism. Its job, fundamentally, is to keep us safe.
But then, why does it feel so crippling sometimes, especially now? It's not like we're constantly running from predators.
No, that's the fascinating part, isn't it? How that ancient system works today. Deep in the brain, you've got the amygdala.
The almond-shaped pit.
That's the one. It's like the command center for fear. And when it senses any threat, could be a speeding car, sure, but it could also be, like you said, public speaking.
Just the thought of it.
Exactly. The thought, it triggers this whole cascade of responses.
Yeah.
Super fast. It doesn't really stop to think, you know?
And this is where it gets really interesting for me. That amygdala alarm bell goes off and bam,
Yeah.
signals fly out, right?
Tells the body to release stress hormones. Adrenaline, cortisol.
The famous ones.
Yeah.
And that's the whole fight or flight thing kicking in.
Precisely. Your heart starts racing, maybe your palms get sweaty, muscles tense up.
Your body's literally gearing up for a fight or to run away.
It is. And here's the crucial disconnect. Our brain circuitry, well, it often doesn't make a big distinction between a real physical danger and something that's more psychological.
Ah, okay. So the fear of failing a test can trigger the same kind of response as seeing a snake.
Pretty much, yeah. That same ancient response fires up for job interviews, difficult conversations, you name it. And this mismatch, that's why fear can lead to things like anxiety or just avoiding stuff altogether.
Makes sense. It can just freeze you.
It can. You get stuck. And in those really intense moments of fear, the amygdala can actually sort of hijack the brain. It bypasses the rational thinking part, the prefrontal cortex.
So you literally can't think straight.
So that's exactly why it's so hard to think clearly when you're really scared or anxious. Rational thought kind of goes offline for a bit.
Yeah, you know that feeling. The author of Facing Fear talks about it so vividly, calls fear a roadblock or like an invisible cage. They give this example, wanting to start a new project, something creative, but being just stopped, frozen by the fear of failing.
Right, the what ifs.
Totally. Mind just spitting out worst case scenarios. What if it bombs? What if people hate it? It wasn't just nerves. It was like a wall.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if it's about survival. Why does it stop us from, well, doing things, from thriving?
And think about the long run. If you're living with that kind of fear constantly, that chronic stress, those high cortisol levels meant for short bursts, they really take a toll.
How so?
Well, they mess with your sleep, they can weaken your immune system over time, and they're definitely linked to mood issues like ongoing anxiety or even depression.
The author mentioned that too, right?
Yeah.
When they were stuck in that worry cycle.
Yeah, noticing poor sleep, being more irritable, productivity just tanking. It's like your body's attempt to protect you actually starts working against you.
And you see the cost everywhere. The source mentions this, like someone who's terrified of asking for a raise they deserve.
The fear just stops them. They never have the conversation.
Or the classic example.
Yeah.
The aspiring entrepreneur with a great idea who never launches because the fear of failure is just too big.
Right. These aren't small things. It's a huge cost, isn't it? Missed promotions, dreams that just stay dreams, all because fear got the upper hand.
It really is an immense cost when you add it all up.
Okay, so if fear has this kind of power, this grip, what do we do? How do we start to loosen it? Because the good news, according to the source, is that fear doesn't have to run the show.
Exactly. And the very first step, maybe the most crucial one, is just recognizing how fear operates within you, acknowledging it, saying, okay, I feel fear right now, but not letting it automatically take the wheel.
So seeing it more like a signal, not a command.
Precisely. The book really emphasizes that. Fear is giving you information maybe about a perceived risk, maybe about a vulnerability, but it doesn't have to dictate your next move. It's about creating a little space between the feeling and the action.
And the source gives some really practical ways to build that space,
Yeah.
right? To actually face the fear.
Very actionable stuff. One thing is taking small steps, like really small intentional ones. The author's public speaking dread is a great example.
Right, they didn't just jump into a huge presentation.
No. Started super small, practicing in the mirror, then maybe talking to just a couple of friends, gradually building up.
And each step does two things, really. It gives you practice, sure, but it also builds confidence. It shows you directly that the fear wasn't quite the monster you imagined.
Yeah, chipping away at it. And another tool they talked about is reframing, changing how you see the fear itself.
Instead of a stop sign.
Yeah, seeing it more like a challenge, an opportunity to grow. Remember that project the author was scared to start?
Mm-hmm. He actually did it.
Right. And okay, maybe it wasn't perfect, but the experience of doing it, of pushing through the fear, that taught them so much more. It's like redirecting that anxious energy, right? From paralysis into fuel.
That reframing is so powerful because every time you consciously move through that discomfort, you're fundamentally building resilience. You're proving to yourself, bit by bit, that you can handle things, that you're more capable than the fear wants you to believe.
It's an internal shift, not just getting something done externally.
Exactly. It strengthens that inner belief in your own ability.
And we shouldn't forget the physical side either. Managing the body's reaction to fear. The source mentions things like deep breathing,
Meditation.
or even just, getting up and moving, a quick walk.
Yeah, simple physical exercise, or just taking a few minutes to focus on your breath, consciously slowing it down.
Does that really work? Scientific?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This isn't just about distraction. These techniques actively calm your body's stress response. They help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system.
So it literally slows your heart rate, lowers cortisol.
That's right. And when your body starts to calm down, that amygdala's frantic signaling eases up. Your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part, can come back online more effectively.
So you can think more clearly again.
Exactly. The fear might still be there, but it feels more manageable. It allows you to act despite the fear rather than being completely controlled by it.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. The science, the impact, the strategies. It feels like we're bringing this deep dive sort of full circle now.
Mm-hmm.
And the real key, it seems, to living more freely, more authentically. It boils down to understanding fear is normal. It's natural.
And it's also manageable.
Yeah.
It's a part of being human.
Right. Not something to be totally eliminated.
Exactly. That's not realistic and maybe not even helpful. Fear does serve a purpose sometimes. The goal is more about learning to coexist with it.
Recognizing when it's trying to hold you back unnecessarily.
Yeah. Recognizing those patterns and then making a conscious choice to move forward anyway, even if it feels a bit scary. It's an ongoing practice, really.
And the benefits.
Yeah.
So the source makes it clear. The benefits of actually facing those fears are just huge.
Immense. It literally opens doors to new possibilities, as the author puts it. Things you didn't even know were options.
You might discover talents you didn't know you had, or build deeper relationships because you were willing to be vulnerable.
Or finally, take that leap towards a goal you've just dreamed about for years. It's about unlocking potential that's already there, just hidden behind the fear.
Yeah.
And the author's own journey really shows that. Facing fears didn't just help them tick off goals. It changed how they saw themselves.
We're confident.
Definitely more confident, more resilient, much more willing to take, calculated risks. And that feeling of freedom, they said, it wasn't just about work or projects.
It spilled over.
Into everything. Every part of life felt different, freer.
That really says it all, doesn't it? When you stop letting fear hijack your brain, you really do start living life on your own terms.
That's the core message. Absolutely.
So today we've really dug into understanding fear, how it grips us mentally and physically. And we've explored some practical, actionable ways to start moving beyond its limits.
And what's really empowering, I think, is knowing that while, fear is universal, it's not insurmountable. You can learn to navigate it by acknowledging it, taking those small steps, shifting your perspective, managing the physical side.
You can change your relationship with it.
Absolutely.
So here's something to think about as we wrap up. Imagine embracing more of a fearless mindset. Not no fear, but less controlled by fear. How might that truly reshape not just the things you do, but who you actually become?
Yeah.
What new possibilities might open up? What kind of potential is waiting just on the other side of that fear?